Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Hebrew Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered bits and pieces of testimony from the various prophets of the Old Testament. And what I came up with was the Book of Zion, a book of prophecy written entirely in Bible verse. And then I followed the instructions that were contained in that book, which included opening a temple, being arrested for selling marijuana at that temple, establishing myself as Zion in a court of law because of that arrest, and going to prison as a result of that arrest. Been there, done that. Now, I was able to fulfill that prophecy because I was qualified. In other words, I am the Zion of Isaiah 54. That's my resume. I am the barren one who sings. I am calling us all to come to our tents, to stand up to the oppressors that require us to go to prison for drug use. And I am of a shameful youth. Um, my widowhood is a reproach because I was never actually married to the guy that I'm widowed from. He who rejected me in my youth. He was chosen for me by the God of Israel, but he rejected me. And his rejection of me sent me down the path of ascension, which is what I want to talk about today. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, learning what my people know about me or about ascension, because I have been walking the path of ascension my entire life. Um, many of the spiritual teachers of this day and age are telling you that we are into a new energy field. There is a new energy on the planet. Can you feel it? It's beautiful. It's about unity. It's about ascending to a higher level of being. It's about this change that has already taken place. Well, no change happens without a mechanism for that change to occur. I am the mechanism of that change. I know everybody is like, God, she's crazy. Yeah, I am. And in this world, I am fucking crazy. And so glad I am. Because you see, I've already ascended to that higher level of being. That's how this new energy came about. And that energy takes on the form of my ascension. Now, normally, when people ascend to a higher level of being, they follow the course of their own species. Now, and that's not the case in this ascension. In my closing statement to each of these videos, I always say, may your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. The unicorn way is the way of ascension into a higher plane of being. Now, the unicorns are mentioned twice in the prophecy. When the unicorns come is the main message. Well, the unicorns are already here. I know that because I brought them here. And it is the embracing of the unicorn way that will lead others towards ascension. Now, you might think, unicorn? It's like, what is this with the unicorn? Well, if you're watching my videos and you watch the one that came before this one, you will see that the unicorn is mentioned in that book. And I'm going to tell you the story of how that happened and how to ascend. Now, I became a unicorn when I ascended to the higher level, to the next level of ascension, to the spiritual plane. It was crazy. Believe me, it was nuts, man. I was just, but anyway, those who ascend into their next incarnation on the spiritual plane will understand what I mean when they go through their transformation. Perhaps some of you have already gone through that transformation. I don't know, probably. But my ascension was unique because when I ascended into my next spiritual incarnation, I incarnated as a unicorn. Literally. I literally gave birth to a unicorn soul. And that was an amazing transformational moment. And of course, the first thing the unicorn did was she was gone. She went to that higher plane where she was born into that higher plane. But by giving birth to her in this form, I brought that plane down into our reality. Now, this was an amazing moment, but it opens the way, the unicorn way, for others to follow. Now, when people ascend to the next level of being, they normally follow the line of ascension of what their last incarnation is. So if your last incarnation on this physical plane is a horse, you're going to become a unicorn because that is the godhead of the equine. How did I become a unicorn? Because that's cross species. I'm a human. I should have incarnated into a goddess. But when I incarnated onto that plane of being, I became a unicorn. Literally. My soul came out of my body as a unicorn. And that happened because of my unique circumstance. And because it's the circumstance of the earth. I tell a story of the planet Earth that is based on that unicorn soul that I gave birth to. Her name is Zion. That's where I get my name. That's why I call myself Zion. It's because that's who I am. But anyway, Zion is Mother Earth. She was always a unicorn. She became a human from a unicorn state, according to the story that I was told. Or that story gave birth to this planet, apparently. That's what I'm told. So the Earth has always had the soul of the unicorn embedded into it. And that is why the unicorn way really is the only way for the opening of the ways. And that's pivotal. I opened up the unicorn path. But by opening up that one door, I opened up all the doors to the light. Now, the dark doors have always been open until now. I closed those. So, sorry, Earth, you're not going to be making any more dark entities for the darkness because I put an end to that when I became a unicorn. Because no entity of darkness can exist in the same plane of existence with the unicorn. Unicorns are pure light, pure good, pure. Damn the poor torpedoes dust, which is part of the reason why I'm a unicorn. Anyway, it is very hard for cross species to occur. Just like it's very hard here on Earth. That's why you don't see a bunch of crossed breeds on this planet, because it's not an easy thing to attain. It's doable if you defy nature, which is kind of what I did, because I was the victim of incest and rape. When I was a toddler, my uncle raped me. He was innocent because he had been injured and had a portion of his brain disrupted that kept him from doing bad things. So it wasn't his fault. So I don't blame him. But the act that he perpetuated against me literally killed me. My physical body and my spirit died when he tore my body apart. And that was my ascended state. It's like when I died, I died. But because my aunt was a nurse, I survived physically. But technically, I'd already died. I was innocent because at the point of my death, I had committed no sin, which is an innocence that cannot be corrupted on this higher plane of existence. Death is that point you can't cross, and without problems. Now, it opened the unicorn way at that point because of my innocence. That was one of the requirements of being a unicorn. But because of my trauma and my following of God, I ascended step by step through the physical plane of being into the Godhead. And because my soul was innocent, I was channeled into an innocent spirit. And that became the unicorn because I embodied other traits of the unicorn along the way. So as you ascend into the next level of sentience, you incarnate into that which you embody in this physical plane. So if you are if you're a money-sucking, egotistic psychopath who sucks the life out of everything around them, you are going to incarnate into a vampire. If you embody the traits of humanity all the way through your ascension, you will become a god if you're a man and a goddess if you're a female. But that's like the easiest path, but it's not the only path. And up until now, there was never a course where a human could become a unicorn, because that was too hard a path. That was exempt the moment you committed sin. Because the minute you commit a sin, you're no longer accepted as a unicorn. Until now. That's why I've opened up the unicorn way. Now, a human who chooses of their own free will to embrace the embodiment of the unicorn can let go of their humanity, shed their guilt, become innocent again through thoughts, words, and deeds. Truth, good, and light. And they can ascend to that unicorn Godhead as a human. And when they get there, they will be a human unicorn mix, hybrid. And I suppose, if we were back in Egypt, that I would be a statue. I would have been immortalized as a statue of a human with a unicorn head. That's a funky thought. But anyway, may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth. good and light the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your life's choice. Stay happy and high. Love you later. Never say goodbye.